Greeting from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am Sugandhi, Department of Chemistry. Now I am going to explain about the topic environmental laws. After completion of this course, the student should be able to understanding judicial response to environmental issues in India, knowing about importance of public participation through right to information, public interest, litigation and other remedials in preserving and protecting environment. Environmental laws and protection acts in India. Environmental laws. The laws protect the following environmental component: environment itself, air, water, wildlife, forest. The following acts are formulated to protect the environment: the Environmental Act 1986, the Air Prevention and Control Act 1981-1987, the Water Prevention and Control Act 1974, 1978, 1987, the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, 1983, 1986, 1991, the Forest Conservation Act 1980, Environmental Protection Act 1986. Environmental Protection Act is a general legislation law. It empowers the central government to fix the standard for quality of air, water, soil and noise and to formulate procedures and safeguards for handling the hazard substance. Aim of Environmental Protection Act: protection and improvement of environment, air, water, land, prevention and hazards to all living creatures and property, human, plants, animals, maintenance of the harmonious relationship between human beings and their environment. Important features of Environmental Act. EPA provides power to the central government to control environmental pollution. The government has the authority to close, prohibit, regulate any industry or its operation if the violation of the provision of the Act occur. The parallel section of the Act contains more stringent penalties. The offenders are punishable with the maximum of 5 years imprisonment with a fine of Rs 5,000 to 1 lakh. The Act empowers the officers of central government to inspect the site or the plant or the machinery for preventing pollution and to collect samples of air, water, soil or other material from any factory or its premises for testing. EPA empowers to the central government to directly act avoiding many regulatory. Next one is Air Prevention Control Pollution Act. This is an act for the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution. This act deals with the problem relating to air pollution. It was enacted in 1981. It contains 7 chapters. Aims of Air Act. Aim of Air Act: prevention, control and abatement of air pollution, maintaining the quality of air, establishment of Central Pollution Control Board and State Pollution Control Board for the control of air pollution. Important features of Air Act. The Central Board may lay down the standard for the quality of air. The State Board are empowered to lay down the standards for emissions of air pollution, pollutants from industrial unit or automobiles and or other sources. The State Board are to examine the manufacturing processes and the control of equipment to verify whether they meet the standard prescribed. The State Boards are to collect the information related to air pollution and also to functions inspectorates of air pollution. The State Board can advise the state government to declare certain heavily polluted areas as pollution control areas and can advise to avoid the burning of waste products which causes air pollution in such areas. The direct of the Central Board are mandatory on state boards. The operation of an industrial unit is prohibited in a heavily polluted area without the consent of the Central Board. Violation of law is punishable with imprisonment for the term which may extend to 3 months. Next one is Water Act 1974. Water Act provides way for the prevention and control of water pollution and maintaining or restoring the qualities of water. Objectives of Water Act: prevention and control of water pollution, maintaining and restoring of water, establishing central and state board for the prevention and control of water pollution. Important features of Water Act. The Act aims at to protect the water from all kinds of pollution and to preserve the quality of air. The Act provides for the establishment of Central Board and State Board for prevention of water pollution. The states are empowered to restrain or any person from discharging a pollutant or sewage or effluent into any water body without the consent of the board. Organizing researches in water pollution problems. Organizing training program on water pollution. Inspection of sewage and effluents. Analyzing water sample. The person causing water pollution will be punished with 3 months. Next one is Forest Act 1980. This act provides conservation of forests and related aspects. This act is enacted in 1980. It aims to arrest deforestation. Objectives: protection and conservation of forests, judicious use of forest. Important features of Forest Act: the reserved forest shall not be diverted or reserved without the prior permission of the central government. Forest land area should not be used for non-forest purpose. Any illegal non-forest activity within a forest area can be stopped under Act. Protection of forest area from fire. Prohibition of hunting, shooting and fishing. Penalties for violation under Act. Giving punishment for offenders. Next one is Wildlife Protection Act 1972. This act is aimed to protect and preserve wildlife. Wildlife refers to all animals and plants that are domesticated. India has 350 species of mammals, 1200 species of birds and 20,000 species of insects. Some of them are listed as endangered species in wildlife. Wildlife populations are regularly monitored and management strategies formulated to protect them. Objectives of the Wildlife Act: to maintain the healthy ecosystem for wild animals, to conserve biodiversity, to conserve species. Important features of Wildlife Act: the Act covers the right and non-right of forest dwellers, establishment of sanctuaries, national parks, game reserves, prohibition of non-timber collection, prevention of hunting, punishing illegal hunters, right of forest dwellers recognized by the Forest Policy of 1988 are taken away by the amended Wildlife Act of 1991. Issues involved in enforcement of environmental laws. The drawbacks of the formulation of environmental laws and the problems in their effective implementation constitute the major issues in the enforcement of environmental laws. Though the acts are useful in maintaining a healthy environment, there are problems, issues, and difficulties in implementing the laws. In the court of law, it is very expensive, tedious, and complicated. The Pollution Control Board lacks sufficient funds. It is difficult for the small industries to install pollution treatment devices. The chairman of Pollution Control Board is a politician. Hence, political influence hinders the effective implementation of laws. The tribal lives in the forest. They depend on the forest for their life. The Forest Act affects their life. The Forest Act affects their normal way of life. The tribal have good knowledge on forest, but their participation in the act is not honored. The Wildlife Act of Jammu and Kashmir is different from other states. Here, hunting certain endangered species allowed for skin and fur, but it is prohibited in the neighboring states. This provides for illegal poaching in neighboring areas. The Pollution Control Board lacks sufficient funds. It is difficult for the small industries to install pollution devices. Next one is public awareness. Due to population, pollution, deforestation, overgrazing, industrialization, urbanization, our environment is totally degraded. In order to conserve our environment, each and everyone must be aware about our environmental problems. Objectives of public awareness: to create awareness among people of rural and city about ecological imbalances, local environment, technological development, and various development plans. To organize meeting, group discussion on development, tree plantation programs and exhibitions. To focus on current environment problems and situation. To train our planners, decision makers, politicians and administrators. To eliminate poverty by providing employment that overcome the basic environmental issues. To learn to live simple and eco-friendly manner. Methods to create environmental awareness. Environmental awareness in school and colleges through mass media, cinema, newspaper, audio-visual media, voluntary organization, traditional techniques, arranging competitions, leaders appeal, non-government organizations. Role of central and state pollution control boards. Function of Central Board. It advises the central government regarding the prevention of pollution. It plans for prevention control of pollution. It standardizes the quality of air and water. It establishes the labs for analysis of air and water. It provides technical assistance and guidance to state boards and sponsor research regarding water, air pollution. It identifies areas, industries causing air pollution. It encourages industries to recycle and reuse the wastes. It advises the industries to treat wastewater and gases by using modern technology. Role of central and state pollution control boards. Function of the state board. It advises state government regarding the prevention of pollution. It has the right to inspect the industrial plants, pollution control equipment, and give orders to take necessary steps to control pollution. It encourages research and investigations regarding pollution. It organizes educational program in collaboration with the central board. Thank you for watching.